Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the midst of intense battle and drama as we are in the After Hours Gaming League semifinals between Zynga and IBM. Zynga, second place team in last league. The third ranked team in After Hours Gaming League Season 2 is up against the virtually undefeated behemoth company IBM. And IBM was on the verge of being shut out after losing the first two games in the series, but in the last match we saw Kuma pull it back. Will Zynga, representing Save the Children, be able to take down IBM, representing Youth Services America? Only skill will decide. In the right corner, representing Team IBM, can quite possibly be the only hope for his team as they progress into the next round. Thud bang! Clap, 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 clap. In the left position, yet another Zynga Zerg trying to help bring his team to 3-1, where it would then be match point. It is Tour! Tour, Tour, Tour. This best of 7 will conclude only after 4 wins lands on one of these two teams' win set. That was a complicated sentence. A best of 7 means first of 4 wins, damn it. But sometimes in commentary you're halfway through a sentence before you realized you wished you had said a different first half. Can you go back? No. You have to work with your screw up and just roll with the punches. Tour does manage to get just a fringe knowledge that there's no creep there, and the fringe knowledge is all he needs. No. Tour now stepping to the right. Two are going for an interesting gas first build, as is Thudbang. A good bit of debate amongst the Zerg buddies as to what they want to be doing on this map. A fast gas pool means you get Zergling speed, means you can harass your opponent quite easily, even from long distance, especially if he's going for the early expand. But other Zerg buddies note that, hey, the distances, no matter what you do, are long indeed. I'm early expanding and you can't stop me. I will now cough before giving you further analysis. Fantastic. We do see Tuer, T-U-E-R, going for the pool a little bit behind his opponents. A very common way to go gas pool is to just mine 100 gas and leave but a single drone in the gas geyser. The accumulated money, oh wow, look, it looks like Thudbang is doing this sort of variant. The gas will follow up, he'll be expanding soon enough and then putting Zerglings back in if he needs to get that Baneling nest. And it looks like Tour, ooh, a little bit more committal to the Baneling play. Now you'll slowly start to see about 30 to 40 mineral lead happening on the blue half because he just does not have that mining going on with his extra drone in gas. And it looks like that drone from Thudbang from Team IBM planting it down right around the same time as Tour. Now the big difference between these two, again, notice that little mineral lead that we see the blue Zergy having. Tour just scouting in a little bit of a split fashion. Has these Zerglings at his ramp. On his vision, he's doing a good spread. This will let him see roaches incoming, no doubt. Especially this third Overlord being placed at a pivotal region over here is going to give him that essential bit of knowledge. 4 Zerglings arrive for Thudbang, but Tour is more than ready with wings of his own. They get into a little engagement, but it looks like the superior micro does fall on the side of Thudbang. Thudbang now getting his second queen up. The second queen only just started for Tour, but ooh, a much earlier Baneling nest. Looks like he has some plans to be aggressive. Aggressive? He has plans to be aggressive. And Thudbang, this is more of a defensive Baneling nest. You can see by the 2 drones in the extractor. He's not really looking to attack. Drones being made by both players, wow, both of them really want to play defensively and go to the next stage. But the fact of the matter is, neither player knows that at this point. Oh, a little bit of a run-by Thudbang. He's going to get some key information if he just waltzes into the main. That he does. He can literally run the entire circuit. And there he does. Sees the 2 queens, sees the Baneling nest, gets the drone count, sees 3 in the gas, sees no second gas down, sees no Evo chamber down. He does lose these 4 Zerglings. That is pretty severe at this phase of the game. Right now, if I'm in Thudbang's shoes, yep, I'm going to want to build a spine crawler. And this is the phase that many Zergs have struggled with in this matchup. The key is you build Banelings, and every so often You keep that eye on that Overlord to ask, should I build more Lings or should I build more drones? Your big defense at the start of the game will be Spines and Banelings. Oh no, Thudbang! Thudbang mis-microing his Zerglings yet again, and Tour just wants to pull those Lings off creep so he can retreat from those slow Banelings. Wow! The Zynga Zerg 2 are playing excellently in this position. Thudbang, though, who has the lead in drones, they're dead even, and right now Thudbang, oh no, may have overproduced quite a few Zerglings. This is the danger period. You need to squeeze out 2 or 3 drones. Even 2 spine crawlers and a lot of drones will be better for Thudbang in this situation than getting a lot of the Zerglings. And there comes the poking. Uh-oh. Oh, a big hit for Tour as he managed to take down 2 Banelings with 1. 2 is what Tour says. Looks like he may have been trying to select that Overlord. No, he was trying to select his Banelings. Control Group 2. Oh, a big misstep right there for Tour. Thudbang. Now trying to follow up. He's building a lot of these Banelings, but here's the issue with making nothing but Zerglings at that point. Now that he has all these Zerglings, does he go drones now? He's virtually crippled in economy. If he makes drone, the attack with his Ling Baneling will have no reinforcements and will be a weaker attack. If he goes for only Zerglings right now, he sacrificed so much economy at the start of the game, he'll have to be almost all in. Thudbang, in other words, is in a very precarious position, is following up with a Roach Warren. And it's all going to come down to this little attack by Tour, if he can kill enough. Can Tour land the money Baneling hit? And a very dangerous spot to be in, but Tour with this nice backside Baneling. It's the backside Baneling. A Ling tries to dart in. Can it draw any Baneling blast? No, he gets picked off. And now it's Tour's turn to start moving in. Oh, runs into a little bit of the Banelings. Oh no! Oh no, Thudbang! Oh, a huge hit, and at the same time, we see the Banelings from Thudbang ran headlong. Oh, Thudbang ran headlong into those Banelings. See ya later at this point in the game. What is the count? Unreal. 34 drones from Thudbang after taking that huge hit. In the workers lost tab, we see 13 workers killed. Relentless drone production. Thudbang now stepping on to Phase 2, while we see Tour still on the inklings of Phase 1. Trying to build more spines, trying to get his Evo Chamber up, trying to get his Roach Warren up. In the meantime, Thudbang is getting 4 extractors down simultaneously right now. Zerglings will step up into the main, and they are going to be very dismayed to see the amount of drones in the main, the amount of drones at the extractors. The only assurance he has is that there has been no layer yet. The expansion Tour, getting his spine crawler up, getting his own gases up, and there, the earlier layer. Interesting, Tour says, I'm behind on Roach count, I'm behind on upgrade count, most likely, because I see your Evo Chamber there up quite early, and I'm certainly behind on the drone count. Well, at least I was until I went all drones. How do I get an edge? I saw no layer, boom, I'm going to beat him to layer. And now Tour is starting to move down with a couple of counter-attacklings. This will largely be there to control the third. Players are going for increasingly early thirds right now, but the danger in going for a third for Thudbang is that he did transition to Roaches. They're slower units, make it much more difficult to take that third base. We also see that in the main Tour does have 3 in each gas geyser, not cutting any. Both players just going straight for that layer tech. And now with the layer done from Tour, he has a lot of money in that bank. Oh, he's going to go for Roach speed and a bunch of Roaches. Oh, I have no idea who this is going to be favoring. This late in the game, they seem fairly equal. The food count, oh, does favor Thudbang by a little bit. But in that unit counting station, we see already 16 Roaches for Thudbang. Has the drone lead, even though he'll have speed later. He has the more stuff earlier. The only way that we're going to see the Zynga Zerg be able to pull a win is if he steps into the action right away with those speed Roaches, tries to pick off any slow Roaches before retreating right on back home. The minimap, we see an excellent Overlord spread by both players. Tour has full vision of what's going on the south side. Doesn't have any of the watchtowers, though. Meanwhile, Thudbang has control of both of the watchtowers and is continuing to watch with these centralized Overlords. Also, Thudbang watching his counterattack path. A third going down from Tour. Excellent decision. If you are ahead in terms of that layer tech, you can easily take a little bit earlier of a third and use your faster roach speed to harass and put on pressure. The danger is the snap back attack as we see Thudbang stepping into action. Keep in mind, even though speed does favor the Zynga Zerg by quite a bit, IBM's Thudbang has so many more roaches. Oh my god, 36 to 23. And at a 1-2 position, Thudbang would be so grateful to land a win in this spot. Stepping forward towards the third, speed is now done for the Zynga Zerg. He's beginning to move out. Is it at the wrong time? He spots it with his Overlord on the high ground. Excellent minimap watching by the Zynga Zerg. The action is about to heat up as Thudbang engages. Oh, it looks like now he finishes speed. A perfectly timed attack by Thudbang. And he is rushing in to cuddle the enemy roaches of Tour. Tour is going to try to retreat, but that +1 upgrade is melting the enemy roaches. And now the third base doesn't get cancelled. Ah! That means that is going to be a big advantage for Thudbang if he can close the deal and finish his push off. A lot more Zerglings springing into the action, springing into the fray. The third base now finishing up for Thudbang. He even has defensive roaches there ready to stand. And as the Ling Roach reinforcements come in, Tour's +1 just narrowly finishes. +2 now starting for the IBM Zerg Thudbang. And the Broodlings. The Broodlings, the reminder of the building that once was the rubble of the once mighty third base. Thudbang looks like he is going to do no BSing around. He is continuing to stream in with tons of Zerglings. Although he will likely not be able to overrun his opponent, this allows him to build up minerals and gas while he's rallying only Zerglings. And then when he needs to do a critical transition, like this transition to the Infestation Pit, he has the money to do so. Zergling reinforcement, not just because the Lings are fast, but because they set up your economy nicely for step 2. Now Tour has to ask himself, where is his edge? It looks like he is behind on almost every count, virtually equal in terms of the dronage. But he is 10 roaches behind. His upgrades are behind. Soon enough, we will see the IBM Zerg begin to build more and more and more drones. These Zerglings that were used for reinforcement and to stabilize the economy of Thudbang, now going to be used for counterattack. The roaches step into the fray. We'll shut that down when we use Thudbang from Team IBM playing very, very well. Now Thudbang rallying to that expansion at the bottom right. We see the second Evo chamber down. What's going on in Tour's base? The burrow. We see the Infestation Pit still behind his opponent's. Tour, his edge is going to be waiting for maxed. Once they're both maxed, any army disadvantage he was at will be negated by the fact that his opponent can't build any units. A little bit of a misclick there by the Zerg player Thudbang from Team IBM. However, that's not going to be as big a deal. He's going to replace that food easily with infestors, and then he's going to be sprinting his way to a maxed army composition that is just right. 7, 8 infestors coming out now. Ouch. We see there's a good amount of gas buildup, but it can only sustain 4 infestors from Tour. When those 8 infestors pop out, Thudbang is going to have a tremendous army advantage, and if he gets one good positional attack, he will shut down the entire roach force of Tour. ZVZ suffers from an elongated mid-game, where players end up in a roach phase for a fairly long amount of time, and if either player transitions too quickly, he or she will no doubt lose to an encroaching roach army. So what players do is they do a mix of roachling aggression, relying on upgrades to be the big tipping force, and speed as another upgrade, until one of them can get a big enough force of infestors. Zenio likes to get relatively fast infestors, and as a result he does almost no aggression in the early game. But right now, both these players are now stepping in to the interesting aspects of the late game. Hive now coming up from Thudbang. If the game hadn't been patched, he could research that extra broken roach health regeneration that existed in beta. Man, did that make Zerg vs. Zerg good. Will you one-base roach, and if he goes one-base roach, then you get a hive faster, and then you one-base roach harder. In the north position, Tour, with his roaches locked and ready to defend. Still landing a lot of those injects. Look at this, 20 minutes into the game, and Tour is at 25 energy with that queen when it's halfway done. That is some incredible lands on those injects. Excuse me, you guys. Next time I'll get sick a week later. And of course, Thudbang is going to be favoring more of the gas tech. That's why he's transitioning to Hydras. Brilliant decision. If he has an Infestor Hydra army, it's virtually untouchable by roaches, but only in very large numbers. Thudbang's roaches become increasingly negligible as he can get more of those really juicy units that work well together. But look at them ups. +2, +3 range. His 2-1 roaches up against the 2-1 roaches of Tour, but there's no hive up. Tour will never be able to catch up. This fight is going to be huge. Looks like Tour trying to get into a good position. He has to be careful of this Meg statue. His infestors get caught on the wrong side. Some big fungals going down by both players. The fungal advantage certainly goes to Tour. Most of the infestors from Thudbang at the back. He needs to get those unhealthy infestors to launch their units. Oh no! He ends up taking quite a beating with all of those fungals down on his units, but Tour, with the inferior amount of roaches, is going to be in rough condition. It looks like Thudbang is continuing to advance forward. He's going to need to throw down some infested Terrans ASAP. There he does. They'll tank up a lot of damage and no doubt deal a lot of damage. But most importantly, it's going to give him a little bit of that retreating advantage. Where is the roach? Well, there's Thudbang sprinting forward with roaches from all sides. Can he win by just shoving hard enough? And it looks like no. Tour has a few too many units for the IBM Zerg to handle. And now Tour burrows with that boosted roach health regeneration. Will get quite a few more HP there. The infestors from Tour have to unburrow and step back into the fray. Thudbang's got to be careful on his rally. As we can see, the army tabs are getting increasingly close together. Both players have almost identical army sizes with a slight edge going to IBM. A lot of that food, though, is in the production tab. Money's starting to get a little bit high for Tour. Is he managing to land those injects? Ooh, he's missed a few. Oh, big fungal for IBM, landing an incredible hit. More nice fungals from the Zynga Zerg. The infestor lead certainly goes to Tour. If he can nab a lot of those infestors with his own, that will be huge. But Tour's got to start throwing out infested Terrans soon, because right now, Thudbang from IBM is just overrunning. Now it looks like Tour, running low on fungal growths, running low on energy, might not be able to deal with this rally ho style of Thudbang. Oh no, the infestors are all by themselves. They have nothing left to defend, and now we're going to see the roaches from Tour trickle out one at a time. The IBM Zerg, Thudbang with an excellent recovery in the early game with the 4 bases, has spotted the 4th of his opponent, and now has roaches overrunning the front. The infestors are growth on energy and even lower on health. Thudbang continues to overrun, and there's the good game, ladies and gents. The series has now been tied up 2-2. Who will these two teams send out next? It is first to 4 wins, and the next opponents will be Ideezy from IBM versus Sick Iggy from Zynga. Let's go ahead and hop into game number 5 to see who will take the lead in the After Hours Gaming League semifinals.